Hello. As you may all be aware now, these are emotional and gut-wrenching times. Following the death of George Floyd, there have been many movements and protests to adequately address the years of continuous oppression against Black people. It hasn't been just today or yesterday that this oppression has been taking forth, but with the recent deaths of multiple Black people, specifically by police and people who are threatened by us. Know that I personally stand for the Black Lives Matter protest and awareness. I didn't feel it was right to upload nor talk about anything else. Please be aware of what's going on in the world today and please contribute to our cause, even it's by signing petitions. I'll be leaving a link in my description with ways you can help out too. It's never right to be silent, so please do as you can. Thank you.
Hey guys, welcome back. It's been such a long time since I uploaded and I'm finally uploading. This is my video of me attempting to make Korean hot dogs. And this is me in the store just looking around for skewers because I was a dumbass and I didn't have them yet. So we went shopping and my cousin helped me. Okay, here are the hot dogs and the mozzarella sticks. It had to be a specific kind. The skewers, the panko, sugar, right? She's panning too long. Flour. We love flour. The baking powder, the salt, whole milk, which I later changed because I'm lactose intolerant, so I didn't know. And egg. Ooh, she's pretty. Look at her. All right, so boom. This is me getting ready now to prepare. Ooh, pop that bitch. Love it. Love it. And here I am now just prepping. I sped up all the parts where I was cooking because I feel like you don't need to see me like do all of that shit so slowly. Like this took over an hour to complete. Like I don't know why this is so long, and I'm just gonna spoil it for you right now. They did not come out good. Like I promise I can cook, but this just wasn't my forte. But here I am. I'm unpeeling the cheese sticks, and they had to be a specific kind. I went to 2 grocery stores to look for these. It had to be low moisture so it wouldn't melt out when you were frying them, and they did end up melting. For this I did have help because I wasn't gonna sit there and do it by myself because I'm like a lazy ass bitch. So I had my cousin help me. That was good. So I realized here as well that the sticks weren't like efficient. I didn't like them because they started breaking the cheese too easy. So I was like, I have to switch over to the other skewers that I had. And there I am. I had to change it because it was not working out. Okay, so the instruction called for me to basically, I could split it up. I could use all cheese, all sausage, or I could cut them in half and also use half cheese and then half sausage. And that's what I was basically doing here. I was just taking my time trying to put them on, and that's where I started to cut them because I remembered that I could do half and half. They still didn't turn out good, but I still did what I needed to do, and that's the moral of the story. But it was a fun experience. It really was. Now, like I said, I could do all sausage, all cheese, or split them in half. And I also did an all sausage one, which came out really dry when I fried it. But I was doing it here. Now, I didn't use my brain. And that's why I kept touching the sticks and I kept lifting them up because I'm like, this feels really heavy. How is this gonna fry? And you guys will see how that turns out when I'm trying to fry them, because then I have to cut the sticks in half. Yes, because they were too heavy and the batter just wasn't staying on it, I guess, because of its weight. I don't know. I really don't. But I messed up. I really did. Okay, so here I am now getting ready to put them into a pot, to put them in the fridge because they said we had to keep them cold until we were ready to fry them. Okay, I saw my dog walking past and I just had to pick her up. I was like, oh my god, look at her. Look at her. She looks like a little baby. Look how glossy her eyes were. Okay, so now here I am just making the batter. It was really easy, but I think this is where I honestly messed up with everything. I added all the right ingredients, the flour, the salt, the sugar, baking powder. Yes, baking powder and milk. But I think I messed up really badly here. Okay, so I feel like this is where I messed up. I added the right amount of milk and I added the 1 egg. But when I started mixing it, it wasn't even me that was mixing it. It was my cousin. He said that it was too thick. And here, since it was too thick, I decided to add more milk, which I don't think I should have done because then that made the batter too runny. And I feel so stupid realizing it now. Like, I should have left it as it was because this leads to like the way the corn dog looks so deformed. Like, I did this no justice at all. Okay, so here I am, just mixing and mixing and mixing and mixing because I wanted to make sure it's good. And now here onto the good part. I'm pouring the batter into like a smaller cup in order to coat the hot dogs. And this also has to be chilled as well, so this took another minute so it could be cold. I wanted to make sure everything was out, so I grabbed a spoon and I began just like scraping it out. So here I just prepped my oil to make sure it's hot. And this is where I guess you could say it just went bad. Here I am trying to coat it in the batter. I made sure everything was cold. And after I messed up on this first one, I even went back to the freezer and I placed them in there again. So here, I tried coating it with the panko crumbs and it was just an absolute mess. It just kept dripping and it looked horrible. Like, I knew when I picked it up it was gonna be like, ugh. Look, it's just like the whole batter just like slid off of it and I didn't know what to do. Okay, so now I'm gonna put it into the oil for it to fry. It didn't go well. It did not go well. I realized that the spokes were like too long, the ends, and I had to end up cutting them like this. That's why I said it was a problem. I knew I should have just found a way and gotten chopsticks, but I thought skewers will make a great device to use, and it didn't. They were too long. I had to struggle and I was cutting them for like a really long time. They were really hard, but because I realized when I was frying the first one that I did, it was just like a test run. I fried it. I was like, it's not coated in the oil as it should be, and yeah, I had to cut them. I look terrible, but after being in the kitchen for so long, it was whatever. I had to call my mom so she could come help me because when I was frying them, they did not look good. They didn't look good at all. I was scared. And here they are. It's not really pretty. It's not. And this is the end result. So I tried. It didn't come out good, but I still tried. Those ones over there, they were like really burnt. I don't know why. I messed up. And like, here I am. I was just like trying to fix it, as I said, to make it look good. It didn't look good, but I was trying. My mom was trying too over there with her hands. I was like, these holes don't look right, but it's fine. It was my first attempt. And yeah, here's the end product. I made some spicy noodles and they were good. Bye, guys. That was a very abrupt ending, but thank you guys for watching and supporting as always. Please enjoy this clip. It's my favorite.
Why are you here? My cheese stick. My cheese stick.
Wait, you taking the food? Oh, that's all mine. It's all
no,
mine.
no,
It's all mine.
No, give me the sausage. The sausage. Go away. It's my sausage. Why are you touching my sausage? Go away.
자, 가봅시다.